week on the Bureau podcast, we chat about what's got us excited in food and beverage in Saigon this past week or so. We wonder whether we actually care if food is authentic or not. And we ask, whatever happened to Bobby Chinn? Are you ready?
Ready.
Ready.
Yeah. Okay. Hello and welcome. I'm Matt Cowan, the Bureau Chief and host of the Bureau podcast. Today I'm joined by Melanie Kasul, the Bureau's Chief Content Manager and all-round chatterbox.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
And Mike Palumbo, the Bureau's Chief Photographer and all-round nice guy.
Aw, sin ciao.
Thanks for joining the show, guys. This show's full of M's.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Okay, cool. Okay then, so let's drop straight into our first segment, shall we? I've called it Get Excited. It's a segment where we tell each other what bar, restaurant, cafe, drink or food we should all be getting excited about. Shall I go first?
Of course. It's the pilot. It's
Okay.
you're the anchor man.
Cool, great. Recently, Mike and I popped into Malt South in District 7.
Where was I?
Good question. You got me on that one. As usual, we were undertaking some extremely important beer research, as we do. Right, Mike?
Yep.
For a story we're doing out there when the evening suddenly took an unexpected turn. Mike, you introduced me to a Nashville hot fried chicken sandwich.
Yeah, the hot chicken, yeah. Nashville hot chicken.
Yeah, so you know all about it. You're from New Orleans.
Oh, wait a
Not
minute.
Nashville, but yeah.
You're all over this southern food thing. Obviously, I'm not.
Grew up with it, I guess.
Okay, so I've got to say, one of the most delicious things I've tasted in Saigon recently, even after all the wine dinners I've been to recently and street food I've smashed, man, this Nashville fried chicken sanger thing is really something. I'm excited about it. Why haven't I had one before, Mike?
I don't know, that's the first time I've seen it on a menu in Vietnam.
Oh.
In general.
My sister lives in Nashville, but I
That's
don't
right, I
think.
forgot
Yeah,
about that.
I haven't heard of a Nashville chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's almost essentially like a staple there.
really?
Yeah, I mean, like a Nashville fried chicken's like it's a thing.
What I ate in the south of the United States is Chick-fil-A. What's that smile about?
Well, anyway, this let's go back to this Nashville thing. I remember it came out and it looked like, I think I said to you, it looks like chicken wings kind of stuffed in a bun.
Yeah, the first thing you said was, how do I eat it?
Yeah,
I thought it had bones in it or something.
Yeah, it looked like it had
chicken
bones in
wings,
it,
yeah.
but it had this spicy mayo thing. It's probably got a name. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's usually like a, it's not like a, what's the
Thousand
word for
Island
it? No,
dressing?
it's like a, almost like a buffalo sauce,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not like the buffalo sauce flavor, but it's like, it's kind of battered and coated like that. But the one from Malt was more like a seasoning than a sauce, but it had like a, I think it was like almost like a Thousand Island, like kind of Big Mac sauce type stuff on it.
Did it look like a KFC Zinger or something like that? You know, like a...
To be honest, I have no idea what that is. I'm sorry. Popeyes you can talk to me about, but...
That's deep fried.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's fried, battered and fried.
Anyway, I was pretty dubious about it. I'd never seen one before, and
What's the verdict?
unbelievable. I'm in love. I think Malt South is a destination place just to go to that, just to go and have that thing.
I was blown away at it. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was going to be
Greasy.
average, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all fried food is fried food, but I mean, it still had a lead on other things that I've had in the city.
Mike, what's got you excited the last week or two in food and bev around Saigon?
District 7 in particular? Or
No, anywhere.
I gotta say Village Grill. I knew I was gonna say that.
Where's that?
What is it? Little Taudine in District 2?
Yeah, on
on Swan Tui Street.
What's it about? What do they have there?
Well, I believe they specialize in burgers, but they also have burritos and tacos, which is, I think they also have like carne asada and breakfast burritos, stuff like that. But seemed busy when we were there.
Yeah,
and
he was busy.
Definitely was
He is busy.
killing it when he was in there.
The word's out for sure.
Oh yeah, he's all over the foodies.
And good price, like the one we had, 100K,
100K for a single patty.
Yeah,
Was
$5 about.
Was it 140 for a double?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Something like that.
I don't do doubles.
Still not a bad deal.
So is it American food?
Yeah, it's
Comfort
it's an
food?
American smash burger style, like kind of diner fast griddle,
Yep.
griddle seared cooked.
Yep.
You know,
Out of a tiny little shop he's got in this courtyard there
That's great.
near the Hive. So, good one. I think he's going to go pretty well.
yeah.
For sure. And especially at that price.
Jeff's been pretty successful with his restaurants around the city, though, so I'm not surprised that he's killing it in this little endeavor that he's doing. So.
Yep. And Mel, what about
Hey,
you?
my turn.
What's got you excited this month?
Well, two of you seems to be into the American food. So from America, let's go to Africa.
Oh, okay. All right. That's, Okay.
I haven't been to this restaurant, but I've seen a couple of friends online who have been raving about it. And so I'm pretty excited to try this place called Sarah Ethiopian Restaurant in Vietnam.
I've got no idea what Ethiopian food
Have
is.
you have you tried it?
I have not tried it, but I enjoy Ethiopian food a lot. But is this the first Ethiopian restaurant in Saigon?
not
I thought
really.
there was one and closed down maybe a couple of years ago.
Well, if you look online, there's like about 5 that comes up. But like you said, I don't know if it's open or not. But so have you tried Ethiopian food? What can I expect? Should I really get excited about it or?
I mean, it's kind of, I don't even know how I would describe it.
You can say you don't know what it is, Mike. It's
Well,
okay.
no, I mean, like I've had it many times, especially in my hometown. Like,
Right.
my family definitely enjoys going to Ethiopian restaurants, and from what I remember, because it's been a while since I've been to one, but it's like a sharing
Okay.
kind of family style where you'd order a big plate, and it all comes with I can't remember the name of the bread, but it's like a spongy bread that you roll up. I mean, it's essentially like Indian food, but it's different, where it's like, you can use your hands.
dip. Yep.
Yeah, there's no utensils involved or anything like that.
Right.
So, but I mean, it's really good. I mean, some of it's spicy, some of it's not.
I believe there's a lot that's vegetarian or vegan as
Yes,
well.
yeah. It's vegetarian forward, I guess. I mean, probably vegan friendly as well. I'm not sure if some of them has dairy in some of their dishes,
Right.
but
That's right. Well,
Nice. Okay, some good ones there, some good tips. And I just want to put this one to you. You're going to hear a lot more about W.T.F.A.T.B.A.O.F.N brewing in the year to come. You're laughing, Mike. Why are you laughing about that?
because it's still on the on the rise.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I think if we had an award for best newcomer to craft,
oh yeah.
I think they'd nearly win it right now.
Who's that?
W.T.F.A.T.B.A.O.F.N
Deme Brewing.
Oh,
You don't
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're very new. Very
Oh, I
new.
thought you meant like demi as in like small, like
I think
like
I'm-
a small brewing company. I was like, oh, well,
Oh no!
I think the spelling
my
is
pronunciation.
yeah. What is it?
D-E-M-E.
Deme.
And there's accents there.
In Vietnamese, apparently it means kind of high, a high feeling.
Interesting.
Yeah, the word for sort of feeling high. They've got this IPA. It's called
EPA?
Yeah, EPA. And it's a cracker. It's about 6.1%.
Oh, this is the one that they delivered to you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I guess.
And when I was looking at their merchandising, they were billing themselves as 100% Vietnamese craft beer.
Yep.
And I do believe, from my limited experience of craft beer, I'm not like you guys who are always into the craft beer.
What's that mean?
But I do believe that it's the first time that it's like 100% just Vietnamese kids doing
Yeah,
their
young
stuff.
kids too. Young
No,
kids.
like
Yeah.
no, like Viet Q or
No,
foreigners brewing it or anything like
no.
that. Yeah.
So let's keep an eye on them. I think they'll go pretty well.
What
judging.
about the Dom? Was it Dom Sum?
Dom Som?
Is that
Isn't that from Hanoi?
was that?
No, they're local. I think they're from Dom Nai or Bin. Well, I guess it gets brewed out in Bin Yung somewhere.
But I mean, was that all Vietnamese or was it kind of Viet Q?
I think it is actually. So I don't think Deme is the first one that's all Vietnamese, but
Well, not the first. It wasn't in their banner, but it did say 100% Vietnamese
Oh, yeah.
craft beer.
Okay, well, but
Yeah.
so they're just making the claim that
Yeah.
Yep.
That's their position.
that's good.
Anyway.
No, I mean, good on them. I mean,
okay, cool. So there's some great tips for foodies to check out, and if you choose to check them out for yourself, tell them the Bureau sent you. Yeah. Okay, so on the topic of food, let's jump into our next segment, which I've called, you'll get a laugh out of this, W.T.F.A.T.B.A.O.F.N. Can you guess what it means, Mel?
I don't know. W.T.F.A.T.B.A.O.F.N. Are we looking for people who are really...
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to stop right there. What does it mean?
Over to you, Mike. Can you guess what W.T.F.A.T.B.A.O.F.N means?
We can use profanity, right? Because I believe it's what the fuck I don't know. What the fuck? Here, I got the first three right, I feel.
Okay, it stands for what the fuck are they bitching about on Foodies Now? Okay, so the Foodies I'm referring to is, of course, the Foodies in Saigon Facebook page. Love it or hate it. However it makes you feel. Anyone interested in food in Saigon generally follows it. There are over 23,000 followers,
I think I'm one of them.
You're one of them. I'm pretty certain Mike's one of them. You're a follower, aren't you, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
There's some excellent stuff on it, but of course there's plenty of bitching that goes on. Sometimes,
bitching and moaning.
Yeah, sometimes it gets out of hand, but hey, it's given us inspiration for this segment, so that's pretty good. By the way,
I hope they don't ask for royalty.
Yeah. Oh.
For us using their name.
Well, we can go into discussions about that. By the way, who is Michael Brent?
Who is Michael Brent?
Perhaps you can laugh off, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
I didn't want to like.
Did you drop? Yeah.
I didn't want to blow the highs on this thing.
Perhaps.
He's an admin. I can see here.
Perhaps a segment for next time round. So yeah,
stay tuned for the next.
Ooh, we got to investigate a little bit more.
So yeah, moving on. Overhyped food and authenticity reared its ugly head yet again on Foodies. It seems like a week doesn't go by without someone losing it over the authenticity or lack of authenticity of something. And I've chosen a topic for you, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Or a thread that was on Foodies recently that you're pretty, interested in, pretty keen on. And in one post in particular, this person had a go at pretty much all of the Mexican and Tex-Mex restaurants here in Saigon. He took a pot shot at their apparently inauthentic...
I didn't see this.
...corn tortillas. Tortilla? Is it? Or tortilla?
Were you on that thread, Mike?
No, I mean, I believe I may have discussed that with you, but I don't really remember exactly what was said on it. But, I mean, we're... on the other side of the world, what do you expect? I'm not going to have authentic Mexican food everywhere I go in the world. So that's kind of you have to take it, you know.
Well, I think this poster on Foodies expected more because he just watched the Netflix series, The Taco Chronicles.
And of course, if you watch a Netflix show with subtitles, it's authentic.
Yeah, so which I believe, wasn't that recorded in Mexico?
Yeah. So
I didn't watch it, so I could be wrong. But
he'd passed judgment on Saigon's corn tortillas based on that. And I quote, he said, disgusting. And he said they were all the same, thick, doughy and flavourless, like a kindergarten kid had rolled out Play-Doh badly.
Oh, wow.
So he has experience eating Play-Doh, it sounds like.
Or eating a kid.
All right. And then I quote, some places here in Saigon boast about their authentic tortillas, but after watching a very informative documentary all about tacos on
with
Netflix.
Subtitles.
Give him his diploma. He's watched the Netflix series.
I am confident I am not wrong.
So was it the soft tortilla or the hard shell tortilla?
I believe he's talking about tortilla chips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not even
because I mean like flour tortillas are I mean pretty straightforward.
Okay.
But corn tortillas, like the chips, for example, you have to have a certain variety of corn that kind of breaks down with the lime, I believe. I can't remember the exact ingredient that goes in it, but when you cook the tortilla chips, that's what makes them kind of thin and crispy and light. Whereas when you use regular corn flour, it usually puffs up.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's very scientific, you know, but
wow.
I say that, you know, sarcastically.
The most authentic corn flour tortilla I've ever eaten is a bag from my local Korean grocery store. So.
Was it like Tostitos?
Yeah, I have it over here. But like, let's do a sound test.
Go with your one. By the way, Mel is sipping a.
But by the way, I mean, like something like Tostitos would be like a stereotypical restaurant style tortilla chip.
Okay.
So like, I don't know, if you compare him to something like from La Fiesta,
Yep.
is something.
Look at that. How's the sound of that?
I think people's ears are now bleeding.
Oh, no, wait. This is not tortilla chips. It's like nacho chips.
But yeah, I mean, it's like that, yeah.
But check this out. Let's check out the sound on this, Mike.
Oh, sounds fantastic. I'm the only one with headphones on at the moment. And but I guess, on one hand, though, the guy on Foodies who was bitching about this, he might actually have a point, though. Do you think that restaurants and bars in Saigon are overhyping their food and drinks?
Well, look,
I wouldn't use the word overhyping, but sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I was actually going to throw this question to you as well, because one of the things that I look at when I scroll down on social media, if I want to go to a restaurant, is the photos. And so I actually would like to go to a restaurant if it's just normal people with normal mobile phone cameras taking photos and showing what they've eaten. But then, Mike, what about those, photos that are overly photoshopped? Like you're a photographer. How much weight would you put on authenticity with like a normal phone camera and a stylized food commercial photography type of post?
That was a long question. Yeah. I guess how far do you go with Lightroom or Photoshop?
On a cell phone or just on your camera?
No, I think when you get a commission job with a restaurant or bar, how far should you push that?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you don't want it to look over edited, which I think is easily done, but I don't know. I mean, obviously you want to emphasize the product, but you just don't make it look fake. Don't oversaturate it with color.
That's right.
Don't put too much contrast in it or something, or over sharpen it, because then you start to lose kind of the authenticity of the real product, I guess is the best way to put it. But
how do you measure it with comments then too? Like on Foodies, when people go on there and they say, "Oh wow, this is the best burger I've ever had." You just got to go in there. It's
Well, just picture like McDonald's ads. I mean, you make a Big Mac look like something that's like a $15 burger, but when you pay for it and you get it, it's some kid working for 10,000 dong an hour putting it together.
Well, I guess people are fairly intelligent these days, and
thanks, Mel.
They know if it's a setup, whether somebody's been invited to enjoy the food in the restaurant.
Yep.
But then, this is Vietnam, this is Southeast Asia. We don't have policies like they have in the U.S. or in Australia. Like recently in the U.S., they have this Federal Trade Commission policy where if you're an influencer, you have to put hashtag sponsored, hashtag ad, hashtag partner post. Then you would know if it's an authentic emotion or experience.
So I put it to you now then, should we really give a shit about authenticity in those sorts of foods when we're living, how far from Mexico are we?
Well, I mean, but that's my point, is that I get that there's people that would bring Mexican cuisine abroad or wherever they're living, expats, whoever, or even Mexican people bringing their food anywhere. But there's also I understand that you can't get maybe exactly the same products that, they would use in Mexico or
ingredients.
Yeah. Yep. And it's look, I'm just happy to have a burrito that I'm, on the other side of the world.
Yep.
I'll look past those things. Whereas some people, they get a, rock in their ass.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on, from the authenticity debate.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? Yep. Now it's time for Whatever Happened To. Whatever Happened To is a segment where we ask whatever happened to people or things or places or restaurants or bars.
Or trends
or habits, whatever, in Saigon. And so the other day, a guy by the name of Bobby Chinn came up in conversation. You remember him, Mel?
Yes, I actually met him twice.
Mike mightn't remember him.
What was he known for?
Good question. Bobby Chinn, he's a chef And at one stage, he was a fixture on Discovery Channel's TLC World Cafe. Yeah. He seemed to be everywhere. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we would be watching TLC or whatever.
Chinn?
Yeah.
That's him.
I
Bobby
met
Chinn.
him way back in, I've
definitely seen this guy before, but I don't know if I've watched any of his shows.
I met him at a party back in 2009 here in Saigon, and he was a really entertaining character. And then I saw him at his second restaurant around 2012, 2013. I'm not really sure of the timing, but yeah, so whatever happened to him?
Yeah, good question. Well, back in 2001, he opened Restaurant Bobby Chinn in Hanoi.
Oh, I ate there too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Huge effort given the era. Imagine opening a, international restaurant in Hanoi back in 2001. Actually, I visited Hanoi in about 2000, and it was fairly,
Fairly wood. I think you should press the crickets.
Fairly laid back, let's say, and there wasn't a whole lot to eat that wasn't local food at that time, or perhaps French-inspired food. Then in 2011, he opened Bobby Chinn Saigon on the ground floor of what is now M Plaza.
Yeah, that's where the new Starbucks is, right?
Yeah, next door to Hard Rock Cafe. So that's Starbucks. Starbucks in there was it. We ate there once.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we saw him there.
Okay.
And then I think after that, it closed down.
Yeah.
And then there was a small little banh mi Bobby Chinn near the cathedral.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, he downsized
How many years ago was
a
this?
little bit.
Oh, just maybe.
Was this on like Hai-Ba-Chung
2014 maybe?
Was it Hai-Ba-Chung and Lizuan, or?
It was in front of the cathedral and the post office.
Okay.
Maybe
I remember there was like a little,
somewhere around.
There was like a little boutique banh mi place on Hai-Ba-Chung and Lizuan.
Lizuan.
Yeah, but I mean it was across from Hard Rock. I think there's like Vietnam Mobile or something, or was there?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
So he had about 3 ventures in Vietnam overall.
He was a funny character. I actually loved his TV series where he documented opening up the Saigon restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
And he went through all the trials and tribulations of it. He lost his shit a lot. Yeah, it was really interesting.
I find that stuff interesting.
But it sort of teetered on wrong sometimes. He had this ability to...
Was he negative or was he...
He came across as negative at times, though.
He was very honest. I mean, if you already, fixed your interior design and then suddenly a monk comes in there and says, no, your feng shui is wrong and you have to rip everything apart, of course, how would you react? And cameras are just following you, you know? So I felt really bad for him, actually, that it didn't last for a long time.
Yep. But... yeah, looking back, it just seemed like it was destined to fail. Unfortunately for him, I think it was a bit before his time, I suppose.
So where is he now? Oh, I'm looking at his Instagram feed.
You're not supposed to. I've got a quiz coming up. So, Mike, unfortunately, this might cut you out a little bit.
Yeah.
But Mel's quite familiar with Bobby Chinn. So let's have a quick quiz.
It's for Mike. Go ahead.
How old do you think he is, Mel?
46?
No, I don't think so. I think he's about 55.
Oh.
Okay, interesting.
It's almost like you knew that already.
Yeah. Where do you think he was born?
How about you, Mike? Where was he born?
Well, I already know the answer because I just looked it up.
I thought actually that he was Vietnamese.
Yeah,
because,
no.
Back in the 2000s, opening a big restaurant in Hanoi, you could only do that if you had, some sort of in with the country. But no, he's not from Hanoi. He's not Vietnamese.
He was born in Auckland, New Zealand.
He's a Kiwi.
Actually. Yeah.
Oh.
When did he first come to Vietnam?
I think you said 2001, right?
No, 1996, I think. I think he came out as a chef. He got recruited for a French restaurant in Hanoi, I think. And look, we don't know where he is now, so we might try and find him. For the next episode. Yes.
Oh, wait. I see him. He's having a facial.
Okay.
All right.
In July 21st, according to his Instagram account.
Good to
he was
know.
having a facial at Koh Samui. He's in Thailand.
Oh, he's in Thailand. Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't know how this episode may get to Bobby Chinn, but Bobby, if you do hear this,
we'd love to talk to you, man.
yeah, send us a message on Facebook at the Bureau Asia. I'm always on it. And for listeners, if you'd like us to feature someone or something on our Whatever Happened To segment, get in touch on Facebook at the Bureau Asia. Yeah, okay, so let's move on to our next new segment for the show.
Everything's new.
It's all new. Every week it's going to be new, where we give a shout out to some of the Instagram accounts that we follow in Vietnam. I follow a chef by the name of Heath Gordon. He's the executive chef out there at the Park Hyatt Saigon. Actually, just looking at his account now, I'm surprised he's only got 912 followers for such a delicious account. For foodies out there, if you're interested in what's going on at the Hyatt, he posts some pictures of some pretty amazing food that he cooks and the events he caters for at the Hyatt. So check him out and follow, and let's see if we can get him up to the 1K followers mark. Let's see if we can help him out. If you want to follow him, his account is on Instagram at heath.gordon. It's well worth a follow because he updates regularly. He has really quite nice photos, actually.
Authentic photos.
Well, yeah, as authentic as it gets, I guess. What about you, Mike? You've found someone who's scrolling through there?
Tam Lee.
Okay, yeah, I've heard. Yep, heard of it. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I've been following her for a little bit. I find her stuff really interesting. I mean, she's a chef or a cook. I don't know if she's professionally trained or not, but she does a lot of like home cooking, experimenting, stuff like that. I don't know. I find her Instagram feed pretty interesting.
I think I saw a video of hers the other day. I think she does videos.
Yeah, she does like little like Instagram videos, and I don't know if she does YouTube or not, but
she did one on Nolduk Street, just opposite Batexco the other day, and she tried out.
Did she do like a street food? She does a TED Talk too recently.
Oh, did she?
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
All right.
All over the place.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yep.
But she's Vietnamese American. So,
okay.
Yeah.
How many followers has she got?
4,100.
Okay.
Wow, that's good.
All right. Maybe she can help us get more followers.
Can I skip this round?
Oh, come on, Mel. There must be someone.
Mel, I did it on the fly.
There must be someone.
I've been trying to scroll down my Instagram feed.
There
And
must be someone other than RuPaul that you can follow. All right. Okay. So promise us that next week you'll have someone.
Okay.
So for listeners out there, let us know if you think we should follow someone on Instagram, and we'll give them a shout out for their amazing content.
Hey, how about you follow the Bureau?
And if you follow us, we'll follow you back, and vice versa. We're into sharing. Remember, we're looking mostly for F&B, lifestyle and travel stories that we and you can check out. Controversial or not, doesn't really matter.
We don't care.
Yeah, as long as it's engaging, fun, interesting. Okay, well, that just about wraps up the episode, guys. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Thank
All right,
you.
guys, golf clap.
Oh,
Slow
hang on.
clap.
I've got...
I don't know what it sounded like, so I had something to take.
Everybody sit down in the studio audience. Okay, thank you very much.
Guys, please.
Now, don't forget to go to our website, thebureauasia.com, for plenty of stories and info about Vietnam and the region. And you can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Mike, where?
At the Bureau Asia.
Well done.